Rick, come vibe with your girl, come vibe with your girl. Hey, 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 hey. So I literally just filmed an 11-minute video and just redid this for y'all because I just feel like it was all over the place, and like now that I like, you know, got it out, I can really flow. So here's what we're gonna do. So first of all, I am starting my dating series, Story Times. So yay! But anyways, so the real like intense and like traumatic story times will be when I start getting my moolah, honey, because I'm not gonna lie, I need to be paid for my trauma, like for real. Like if I'm gonna start telling these, like, yes, as I'm telling them they're gonna be funny, but in real life they're not funny at all. Like I need y'all to understand that it's not funny. Like I actually was very much traumatized, and this is why I have trust issues to this day when it comes to anybody. I'm not even gonna just say niggas, when it comes to anybody. So I think what I'm gonna do is start off with the people that I talked to, besides one person, because that was the longest person I talked to, and like that story is already traumatic and it's kind of freshly. So yeah, but so we'll get there when we get there, okay? Like these are gonna be like sporadic. Like I'm not about to just be posting story times of like my dating series. Like it's just gonna be like when you see a story time, it might be that more than likely, you know what I'm saying? So just stay tuned for that. Also, so this guy that I'm about to bring up in this story time, I'm naming him Craig, okay? Now, mind you, his name is not nowhere near Craig. It just was something that popped up on the top of my dome that I wanted to talk, like wanted to say, or a name that just popped up. So his name is gonna be fucking Craig, okay? Y'all, I be cracking myself up. Anyways, as far as this background, I do plan on getting me a backdrop, so when I do film in my room, like y'all can have like an aesthetic type of look, and it's not something like this. But I feel like the last video was just the plain wall, and I was like, that's not giving. So I'm like, let me just film here. So this is in front of my curtain, so please don't mind it. I'm trying to, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to do something. Y'all just bear with me. Also, yes, let's get into the natural hair because it's still here. I know last video I had a hat on looking crazy, but hey, we're here. Also, I feel like one of my first story times I wore this outfit. I just love this pink jacket. My mom got me it, and it's so funny because like it's always been oversized, and it still is, and I think that's why I love it so much. But I really want to get me another one. Anyways, I have a notes to stay in order. So, but also, like I was supposed to be filming a whole different story time, and I decided to film this one because me and my cousin gonna film that, which y'all will probably see next video. But I mean another story time. But anyway, so I'm like things are like slowly like popping up in my mind, like with this story. Like, you know how like you know events that happen, but then like little stuff start popping up, and it'd be like, oh yeah, this happened, that happened, this happened. So that's kind of what's happened to me before I even started filming this. And then as I was filming it, like I told y'all in an 11-minute video, I'm like, girl, okay, you all over the place. But like it was like things was like popping up and circulating. So here we are. We're gonna get into it now. Let's go. So we met at the gas station. Keep in mind, so this was back when I was like working doubles heavily at my job, and also freshly getting my license and stuff like that. So me and my mom, like if she had anywhere to go or she had work or whatever the case may be, more than likely she would have the car, and then the days she didn't, I would have the car because we were sharing a car. But then like she started working at home. Well, actually around that time I'm pretty sure she was already working at home, so it probably was like she just had an appointment or something. But so like I said, I used to be working doubles heavily, so I used to always go to the gas station probably like 2-3 times a week and get snacks because I used to be hungry like as hell. So I remember getting a lift or scheduling my lift, going to the gas station. Mind you, the gas station was up the street from my house, so I would easily just go get snacks from there and then head to work. And my job probably was like 10 minutes from my house at that time because I live in a different place. So so yeah, so I'm like so I'm going in the store, get my snacks or whatever. I walk out and I see him. And he's like, oh, you're so beautiful. He was like, can I get your number, whatever the case may be. And I was like, I'm thinking, because I'm like, you know, I really don't be, for one, I don't like giving my number out for real. Like before, Like, I was like, no, I don't think I was ever really into getting my number out. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'll give you my Snapchat or my Instagram before I give you my number. Because I just feel like I just hate having threads. Like, for one, even like with friends and stuff, like, I hate having threads open and I don't text you consistently. Like, there's no point of you even texting me. Like, you might as well just text me on Instagram, Snapchat, or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Then texting on my like my actual number and we don't talk for real, because I'm going to delete the fuck out that thread. Like, unless it's something I want to keep, which I'm so mad also that my other phone is tweaked the fuck out, so I can't even read the messages, because shit like that I keep messages of, just because, not to say because I was gonna do a story time, because I don't even think that I was even thinking about this story time when I started YouTube. So I mean, I knew I was gonna tell a dating series, don't get me wrong, but that wasn't like my thing. It just be like when people come back around or they try some shit, I love keeping messages, because baby, I will have my receipts. So I would just wait. And also, if he just ever texting me again, I like to open the threads and know who the fuck I'm talking to, because that's one thing about it. Like, and also that was another reason why I start, like, I don't save people's numbers. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like, me personally, when you save a dude's number, they get the tweaking out. So, but anyways, me just rambling and babbling. Okay, back to the thing. So anyway, so I'm like, I guess, because I'm trying to hurry up and get back in the lift. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get to work. This man waiting on me. So I don't know if I gave him my number or he gave me his, but we ended up exchanging numbers. He ended up texting me, and he ended up sending me a picture of himself. And then, like, later that day, he asked me to send pictures of me. Like, I don't know if it's for a contact or just to have. So I sent him a few different pictures. He sent me like 2, I think. And then we were just having a normal, casual conversation or whatever. Like, you know, just getting to know each other, telling me his name. I'm pretty sure that nigga was a Cancer, actually. And I remember that because I've never really talked to a Cancer before. So yes, he was a Cancer. Actually, I remember that. So he's like, but yeah, so he said he wanted to end up linking up. I'm pretty sure this was over the weekend. He said he wanted to link up, and I was like, well, what would you like to do? And he said he really didn't know. And I was like, well, you know, on my off days, I like to, like, I'm a nature baby, so I like to be in nature. I like to ground. I like to be by the water or whatever on my off days, especially if I got everything else out the way. And I don't really get to do that when it's cold. So I take advantage of it in the summer and the spring, but really the summer. So he was like, oh, okay, like, that's cool or whatever. So we end up planning to do, like, probably around like 4 or 5 o'clock, because he said he had stuff to do. And I'm like, that's cool, because I don't even think I necessarily had anything to do that day, but it was just cool. Like, it just as long as it was before sunset, because I like to be there and watch the sunset, because I don't ever go there early enough to see the sunrise. But honestly, I should. But honestly, I think I will. But like, maybe it's just because, like, I be having stuff to do, especially now. Like, then I probably would have been able to, but now, like, I actively do stuff in the morning to get stuff done. So I don't think that would really work out, unless I'll just be like, but I'm a responsible girl, so that doesn't really happen. Anyway, so he's like, but yeah, so that day comes or whatever. Mind you, like, cool conversation, casual, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing really odd. I'm so mad I don't have the messages though. But so he's like, oh yeah, so he was like, oh, I was like, hey, I'm about to be on my way shortly. And he was like, well, could you come? He was like, could you come a little bit, or could we go a little bit later? And I was like, yeah, no, like, it's already, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. And then keep in mind also, at some point, like, during our conversation before this, like, this day that we was gonna link up, he was telling me that his car was in the shop and he was using his uncle's car or something like that. But yeah, so y'all, please, when the dude tell you his car is in the shop, please, I mean, if you fuck with him, you believe him, that's on you. I'm telling you, don't believe him, okay? Do not believe him. It's fraudulent. 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 I'm not gonna say everybody, but at least what I've experienced, child, that's just a whole mess. Like, if you just ain't got a vehicle, just say that. Because, but we're gonna get into that a different time. That's gonna be a different like conversation. Hold on, I need me something to drink. But yeah, so anyways, he's like, can I come a little later? I mean, yeah, can I come a little later? And I was like, yeah, no. I'm like, he was like, he has something to do. And I was like, well, I'm like 20 minutes away from you. So whatever you need to do, you need to get done now, or we just can go some other time. But I'm about to go now. So if you're coming with me, I'm coming to get you now. So he was like, all right, whatever. So he didn't say, all right, whatever. I'm just saying that. But like, that's pretty much how it was. Like, you could tell like he was a little like, but still wanted to see me. So anyway, so I'm on my way to go get the nigga, right? Keep in mind also that I barely even remember like what he even looked like. Like, yeah, he sent me the pictures, but you know how dudes be taking photos and like they be like, you know, like posted up sideways, not sideways, but like, you know, on their side, so you barely could see the face for real. So like those pictures, and then also like I was in a rush to get back in my lift when he was talking to me. Like, yes, he was cute, I knew that, but like it wasn't like if I seen him again I was gonna remember exactly who this was type of thing. Like, that's kind of how it was, because everything happened so fast that day. So anyways, oh, he also was dark skinned. He was dark skinned, he was cute, he was kind of short, yeah, a little thick. Like, he wasn't fat, but he was thick. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I do like a thick dude. So but I'm just giving a description just so y'all can understand and visualize in your own way, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so pulling up to the street, I see somebody walking down the street. Like, they got like a white t-shirt on, I want to say some jeans and some shoes, some nice ass shoes or whatever. So I'm just looking and I'm like, wait a minute, isn't that him? But then I wasn't really sure. And then also keep in mind, like, I drove a Lyft. I mean, I was in a Lyft when he met me, so he didn't know what my mom's car looked like. I mean, he didn't know it was my mom's car, but he didn't know what my mom's car looked like. So he don't know that I'm pulling up, you know what I'm saying? So we looking at each other and I'm like, where you going? And he was like, I gotta go to the liquor store. And I was like, he was like, I told you I had to go somewhere. And I'm just thinking, like, you literally had 20 minutes to do that. Like, what was you doing in between the time that I texted you? Because when I texted and said I'm on my way, I didn't even leave the house yet. So I'm confused how you didn't make it to the liquor store and it was literally right across the street. Flag number one. Okay, flag number two, he was like, can you take me to the liquor store since you right here or whatever? I'm like, I guess, because like, what the fuck I'm gonna do, pull up to your house and just sit in the driveway? Like, what? So I take him to the liquor store literally across the street. This nigga slams the fuck out my door. Who the fuck do you think you are? Y'all, I really thought I was tripping, but I was like, no, that was red. That was flag number two for me. So in the end, he was like, can you take me back to my house? Look, what? So I'm like, what? Like, I'm getting irritated. I'm low-key getting irritated, but I'm trying not to show it. But like, my emotions really do show on my face, and I really be trying so hard, but it doesn't really always work out. So I'm sorry. But so I dropped him off to his house. He said he needed to grab something. He went inside, grabbed it, probably took like 5 minutes, came back in the car. So now we're finally headed to where we are. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, so since you got me doing all this extra shit, I'm about to go get my best friend. I'm about to go pick him up, you know, Kwani B. So I went to go pick him up. Mind you, like, he literally lives probably like, at this time, probably live like 5 minutes from the park. So I'm like, I mean, I'm already gonna be in the area. I usually see him on my off days as well. He wasn't doing nothing, and I really was like feeling a little uncomfortable with just a little like So I'm like, let me just, you know, get my best friend. So on the way there, like, we vibing, listening to music, talking a little bit. He was like, do you want to he got a bottle of Hennessy. He was like, do you want some? Like, you drinking today or whatever? And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not really drinking today. Like, I don't even really drink, period. And that's what I was telling him. So he's like, what he say? He was like, okay. He was like, you sure? Like, you sure? He was like, you don't want to drink with me? And I'm just thinking like, dude, I already said I'm not in the mood to drink. Like, bitch, we can smoke, but I already said I don't want to drink. Like, what? So we get to my so we pull up to my best friend's apartment. I pick him up. He was like, what you doing here? Like, why we here? Like, who you getting or whatever? And I was like, I'm picking up my best friend. He was like, oh, like, he was like, why you ain't tell me? And I'm just like, oh, same reason you didn't tell me that you needed to go to the liquor store and that you needed me to take you back to your house. Like, I don't even understand why we even needed to go back to your house. Like, I'm confused by that. Like, we should have been able to pull off when we went to the liquor store. Like, you knew I was coming the whole time. So my best friend get in the car. That introduced them, and then we head to the park. So I was showing him this little cut area that my friend put me on to, and like we were just talking and vibing. He was just telling me like, oh, you're so different than like, you know, people I didn't talk to before, this and the third. And like it was a cool conversation. We was also like, you know, well actually I don't know what my best friend was doing at the time. Like, I mean, he was down there with us, but I think he was in his own world on his phone and stuff, and we was just standing talking, getting rocks like little kids. but yeah, then we went back up, sat down on the bench, and we was smoking, talking. He's still drinking his bottle, getting lit as hell, whatever, right? So mind you, like all the vibes was good, but it also just seemed so off. Like things felt so off to me, but I'm just like trying to keep it casual because I'm like, you know, I don't really know him. Oh, we also did watch the sunset, so that was cool. Then I ended up dropping my best friend off. Mind you, this when things just get weird to me. Like things was already weird, but it just got really weird. And like I'm one of them people, like I don't believe in coincidences. Like I believe that things happen for a reason. Like this happened exactly how it's supposed to happen, and it was a sign. So drop him off, playing some more bangers. He was like, you got a dope playlist or whatever. He was like, you really know some jams or whatever. And I was like, thank you. And then like we still was just getting to know each other and stuff like that. And so I'm driving him home. Mind you, I'm about to get on the freeway, right? I hear this big ass pop noise, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I see low tire pressure. So I'm like, So I pull over to the side to like, well, I had to wrap back around because like I have to wrap around to get on the freeway anyways, but I had to wrap around and go back to the same circle, like the gas station we passed before we did the wrap around. I don't know, that might have sounded confusing. But anyway, so he's like, I was like, dang, like, let me get out and look. So I look at it and I was like, okay, like I gotta get some air in this. But I don't know if the first gas station we went to even had like an air pump or whatever, so I think I ended up going somewhere else. And then that nigga just sitting there, and I'm like, well, is you gonna get out and pump the air in the tire? Like, red flag number 3. What? Actually, that's number 4, because the fact that you try to press me about picking up my best friend, but you was already on weird shit, that's actually number 3 for me. I'm sorry. I don't know what y'all call it, but that's what I'm calling it, okay? But so anyway, so I don't remember if he ended up getting out and pumping that air in there or not, or putting air in there, or if I did it. I really don't remember. But all I know is I was just sitting there and I was just like, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Mind you, out of all the times I done drove my mama car, I have never had that happen. Like, that was weird. Never had that happen. So I was just like, okay, weird. But so driving him home, whatever, like, and mind you, like, I'm not even really talking at this point because I'm low-key irritated as fuck that you as a grown-ass man was just not trying to put air in his tire. And yeah, so I was just like, that just became awkward as fuck. So then, like, I finally dropped him off or whatever. He was like, I had a nice time with you, this, that, and the third. And I was like, yeah, it was a cool time. And then he was like, are you gonna, he was like, I'll text you or whatever. And I was like, okay. Like, you know, most people be like, let me know when you make it home. Like, you know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. But no, I didn't hear back from that man until the next day at night on some, what you doing? What? Baby didn't respond. And I believe he ended up texting me again. And I was just like, yeah, no. Like, and it started to be like late hours. And I was like, yeah, no. Like, you're weird as fuck. For one, You lost me. Oh, you know what's so crazy? Literally that same tire again got a nail in it. So I think it was a nail that was in it. So I had to get it like plugged. And then another nail got in that tire like a few days later or maybe a week later. And it was the same tire. And I was like, no, that's weird. Like, that's crazy as fuck. So, but yeah, so never talked to that man again. Never seen him. Couldn't tell you what he looked like. Like, I mean, like, if I seen him today, I probably wouldn't even recognize who he was. Like, maybe if, like, he said his name and, like, I got the vibe and aesthetic, or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if he seen me, he would know who I am. Like, my face is very memorable, and it's always the same. So, like, I don't know. But all I know is that nigga had me fucked up. Like, that was so weird. And yeah, I don't know if you, like, here's my thing what pisses me off about guys, right? So y'all be trying to vibe and hang out, this, that, and the third, just to be getting in the bitch pants. But baby, you were never going to get in my pants. Like, I don't know if that was your goal, was to be like, oh yeah, let me hang out with her, and then boom. And I'm also at a point in my life where if you a grown-ass man, or a man period, and you don't ask me out on a date and we properly go out and eat or do something fun, because it don't even have to just be us eating, but doing something fun. Like, I mean, sometimes yes, you don't have to spend money. Like, I do understand like people's perspective on not wanting to spend money on a female, and then it really just be a waste of time, and now you also just wasted your money. But I'm like, at the same time, as a grown-ass man, there's no way that I'm about to be doing car link-ups with your ass. I'm not about to be going to your house and smoking and drinking. Like, no, I'm too grown for that. Like, either you want to take me out and get to know me, or you don't. And one thing, we're not going to keep on texting and being on the phone and getting to know each other. You're a grown-ass man. Do you want to see me or not? Oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, what's really going on? Like, but y'all, that man was weird. Like, I just knew something. I'm not gonna say he's weird, but like, something is weird about him. Like, and I really don't know if he was trying to like think like you was about to hit me up and bitch we was about to start hunching. Like, I really don't know what you thought, but that wasn't gonna be the case. Like, I'm very hip to things, and like, maybe he really did think I was slow or something. Like, but baby, no. Like, for one, the fact that I didn't hear from you all day, and then you think that you're gonna text me what you doing, that is actually one of my biggest pet peeves. For one, how about, hey, how are you? Oh, hey, how was your day? Oh, hey, what are you up to? What are you doing? At 10 o'clock at night? What? What are you doing? What have you been doing? Actually, I quite frankly don't really even give a fuck, but weird behavior. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about that story time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell. Make sure you share this video, please. Let me know down below if y'all excited for this series, because this was nothing for real. This was just funny, but also this was actually one of the, well, I'm not gonna say like it was hilarious story time, but like it was funny to me, like thinking about it now, because it's just like, what was it? Like, what was it? And then niggas be trying to make it sound so good, like just be yapping the motherfucking gums, yap. But it's okay anyway. So stay tuned for more story times. I love y'all. Stay blessed.